History teaches that stealing $250 million requires elite hackers, zero-day exploits, and breaching major exchanges. They tell you hardware wallets make you safe, that you're your own bank. But on January 10, 2026, while everyone watched charts, the real battle occurred on a simple phone call. A crypto veteran, a genuine whale, lost $282 million in Bitcoin and Litecoin within minutes. No code exploited. No exchange breached. No smart contract failed. A simple voice convinced a sophisticated investor to do the one thing you never do. This is crypto's most dangerous threat. It isn't a blockchain flaw. It's a human mind flaw. If it happened to a whale with 282 million in cold storage, it could happen to you. Today we reveal exactly how this heist occurred and why your security setup might be completely obsolete. My name is Alex and you're watching Web3 Verse. I'm not a financial advisor and nothing here is financial advice. This is educational content to keep you from losing your life savings to smooth-talking scammers. If you value your stack, smash that like button. On January 10, 2026 around 11 p.m. UTC, tragedy unfolded on-chain. A victim whose identity remains unknown but whose wallet address is now infamous was storing staggering wealth in a hardware wallet. We're discussing 2.05 million Litecoin worth roughly 153 million and 1,459 Bitcoin worth around 139 million. This wasn't a casual trader. This was an OG, a whale, someone who presumably understood the protocols. But here's the terrifying part. According to security firm Zero Shadow, attackers didn't hack the device. They hacked the person. Impersonating support staff from Trezor, specifically referencing a wallet service, they contacted the victim through psychological manipulation, likely creating false urgency or claiming the device was compromised. They convinced the victim to reveal their seed phrase. The moment those words were shared, the wallet became a paperweight. Attackers restored the wallet on their own device and drained funds instantly. 282 million gone. On the surface, that seems insane. You're probably thinking you'd never do that. But let's examine what social engineering actually looks like in 2026. This isn't a Nigerian prince email. These are sophisticated, multi-layered operations. This marks the second mega heist in 6 months. In August 2024, a Genesis creditor lost 243 million. That attack was a masterclass in deception. Perpetrators used spoofed Google support calls to breach personal accounts, then pivoted to fake Gemini exchange support claiming the account was under attack. They tricked the victim into resetting 2FA and installing remote desktop software. Once they had remote access, they took keys from the victim's Bitcoin Core wallet file. While that attack required technical hoops like remote desktop software, the January 2026 heist simplified the playbook. Why bother with remote access when you could just ask? Attackers realized that creating enough panic shuts down the human brain. They impersonated the hardware wallet manufacturer directly, cutting out the middleman. Stealing crypto is only half the battle. You still must launder it. The way they did it caused one of the weirdest market anomalies this year. Almost immediately after theft, attackers began converting stolen Bitcoin and Litecoin into Monero. For those new to the space, Monero or XMR is a privacy coin. Unlike Bitcoin where every transaction is visible, Monero uses ring signatures and stealth addresses making transactions untraceable. Because Monero has much lower liquidity than Bitcoin, this massive buy pressure caused a supply shock. XMR spiked roughly 70% in days following the hack, hitting an all-time high of nearly $798 on January 14th. Think about that. A single crime was so large it moved the entire market of a major cryptocurrency. They didn't just use centralized exchanges. They utilized Thorchain. Thorchain allows cross-chain swaps without KYC. It let attackers bridge Bitcoin across Ethereum, Ripple, and Litecoin networks, peeling off funds into different ecosystems to confuse investigators before final wash into Monero. Once funds hit the Monero blockchain, they effectively vanished into a black hole. Security firms like Zero Shadow managed to free some funds, around $700,000 worth, but that's 0.25% of the total. Just a drop in the bucket. We need to discuss the elephant in the room, hardware wallets. For years, the mantra was not your keys, not your coins. We've told you to get a Ledger or Trezor. Take your coins off exchanges. That's still true, but it's not a magic bullet. A hardware wallet secures private keys offline. It protects you from malware on your computer. It protects you from an exchange going bankrupt like FTX. But it cannot protect you from yourself. If you type your seed phrase into a computer because a support agent told you to, the hardware wallet can't stop you. If you read it out over the phone, the encryption on the device is irrelevant. The seed phrase is the wallet. But the threat landscape is evolving into something even darker. Beyond phone scams, we're seeing a terrifying rise in wrench attacks. In 2025 alone, there were over 65 documented physical attacks on crypto holders. We're discussing home invasions, kidnappings, even torture. In January 2025, David Ballan, Ledger's co-founder, was kidnapped from his home in France. Attackers demanded ransom and severed one of his fingers. In British Columbia, a family was waterboarded. In Florida, a couple was held at gunpoint. This is the dark side of being your own bank. When you're your own bank, you're also your own security guard. Unless you have Navy SEALs in your living room, you're vulnerable. The correlation is clear. As Bitcoin's price rises, the incentive for violence rises. Crypto transactions are irreversible. If a criminal forces you to transfer Bitcoin at gunpoint, there's no undo button. No fraud department to call. The money is gone. This creates a terrifying incentive structure. In traditional banking, stealing $282 million requires robbing a central bank vault. In crypto, it requires finding one person and convincing or forcing them to give up a 24-word phrase. What's the defense protocol? First, non-negotiable rules for social engineering. Rule 1. Never trust inbound calls. If Trezor, Ledger, Coinbase, Gemini, or any crypto company calls you, hang up. Find the official number on their website and call back. Or better yet, use their official support channels. They most likely will never call you first. Rule 2. Never ever under any circumstances type your seed phrase into a computer or speak it aloud. No legitimate support request will ever ask for this. If someone asks for your seed phrase, they're scamming you. Period. Rule 3. Recognize red flags. Urgent language, demands for immediate action, requests to download remote software like AnyDesk or TeamViewer. These are heist hallmarks. But what about physical threats? This is where advice gets controversial. If you're holding life-changing wealth, and for everyone that number differs, but let's say enough to put a target on your back, you must ask yourself if self-custody is still the safest option. For holdings in tens of millions or even hundreds of thousands, wrench attack risk might outweigh exchange attack risk. Institutional custody providers like Coinbase Custody or Anchorage have insurance. They have armed guards. They have multi-sig setups requiring multiple people to approve transactions. If a criminal breaks into your house and you use a qualified custodian, you literally cannot give them the money. Even if you wanted to, you can tell them you don't have the keys. And you'd be telling the truth. I know, not your keys, not your coins. But would you rather lose your coins to a bank failure or lose your life to a home invasion? It's a grim calculation, but one that whales are making in 2026. Let's examine recovery odds. Why is prevention so critical? Because the cure doesn't exist. Despite high-profile arrests, recovery rates are abysmal. In the August 2024 theft, only about 4% of stolen funds were frozen. In this January 2026 attack, 0.25%. Once funds move into Monero, the trail goes cold. Blockchain forensic firms like Chainalysis can track Bitcoin and Ethereum, but Monero's privacy tech is robust. Even if they trace it, seizing it is different. Attackers are smart. They leave Bitcoin dormant in identified wallets, waiting for heat to die down. Then they peel it off slowly. They use non-KYC exchanges. They use decentralized bridges like Thorchain. The math is brutal. If you lose crypto to social engineering attacks, odds of getting it back are effectively zero. The biggest vulnerability in your security setup isn't your hardware wallet. It isn't even the blockchain. Hardware wallets and cold storage mean absolutely nothing when a convincing voice makes you doubt your own security. They mean nothing when someone's standing in your hallway. We spend so much time worrying about government seizing crypto or quantum computers cracking Bitcoin that we forget the simplest threat: being tricked. Don't let your guard down. Verify everything and trust no one. And never give up your seed phrase. Is self-custody still the gold standard, or are we reaching a point where institutional custody is actually safer for large holders? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching Web3verse, and I'll see you in the next one.